And people are so big on that welfare joint. They want everybody to get off welfare. They don't think anybody deserves welfare. Get to work, go to work.
I think welfare is for everybody who needs it. But I also, maybe it shouldn't be like forever. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I dig it. Shit got hard. Shit is rough for whatever reason. You need somebody to hold you down. You know what I mean? I got you. 36 months, whatever it is, 2 years, I got you. I give you some time to figure your shit out, get reacclimated. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But like lifetime stuff, I think that should be exclusive for like disabled, handicapped, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I just look at the job market. Like where do individuals find like low paying jobs?
What do you mean?
Like where does somebody find like a decent job that's like entry level, low paying job? Are there a bunch of those around?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
you hear people talking about how hard it is all the time.
Right.
I mean,
at least they're getting paid. Those people at least getting paid, got to be getting paid $15.50, right?
I don't think so.
But
is that the minimum wage?
I think that's the minimum wage, like $15.50.
I don't know what it is.
When I first started working as a just being a specialist, I got $16.50. That was a specialist getting $16.50. Now you got inflation going on, right? You considered me when I was being interviewed. They considered me to have what it takes to be a specialist. They didn't have no knowledge of mill work and none of those things. They just say, you know what? I like the way you speak. You'd be a specialist. So I got $16.50, but everybody wasn't getting paid $16.50. That was considered the high end and I was like back in 2007.
So some people might be making $12.50, $12.75.
Right. What happens is though, with everything going, I don't know how it happened, but with inflation going so high, you got high inflation. So it doesn't even make sense to hire somebody where you would have hired them anyway at the $12. So now everybody that comes in got to get at least 15. So how am I gonna hire like good people? Everybody coming in get 15. So the people that will really worth, let's say worth the 12, the 10, that don't make any sense anymore because with the way inflation is, which is not anybody's fault but the government or whoever, with the way inflation is, you can't hire somebody at that rate and expect them to do anything.
Well, and if they do, maybe the quality might be less, or they might be vulnerable.
What do you mean? If they what? If they work for less than $15 or whatever the case is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's somebody making less than $15. Well, I mean, obviously that changes your minimum is different from state to state, but if we're just talking about in our area, I'm pretty sure there's somebody making less than $15 an hour.
On the government, that's documented on the government on their payroll, like on their paycheck.
Oh, see, I can't speak for that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of people like a day laborer will make $150 in a day.
Well, that's different though.
But a day laborer make $150 a day.
Yeah, $15.49.
Low end, medium end, $150 a day.
Yeah,
that winds up being more than $15 an hour if you have them for a week.
Yeah, most people would love to be a day laborer. Those things are hard to get for most people.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I got hired at that 15. I got $16.50. The minimum wage $15.50. You had people under $16.50, obviously back in the day. Now you can't have anybody under $16.50. I mean, or under $15.50. The minimum wage is high. So where are these people going to go for a job?
That's a good question.
That people that would probably be able to get hired at $12 an hour, where are they going to go?
They're going to go to
competing at $15 an hour against somebody like me.
They're still getting hired.
Like that. Now you got to look at the unemployment rate and what the unemployment rate looks like. I see people now that need jobs, and I say to myself, "But damn, at $15.50, like damn, where are you going to be hired? What are you going to provide?"
I mean, that's the question. I mean, what was the basic job then? I mean, back in the day, you could have worked at McDonald's and supported yourself. Like now, fast forward, those same jobs are no longer sustainable to carry oneself. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know where those people go.
And then you got to live. You got to find a place to live with the interest rate so high. So there's no investor that's going to just buy a house or buy a building and just put his rents down low just because he just doesn't want to make money. Nobody's going to do that. So that's not happening. The interest rates are high, so the rent's going to be high.
It's rough, bro. I don't have an answer. Like,
Well, look,
shit is rough.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk supposed to have the answer, and that's what they supposedly be supposed to be working on.
I would like, man. Listen, I mean, I don't know, but if he does, it'll be ecstatic. Like, I want him to win. Like, if he's gonna come, he's not my guy, but I want him to win. Shit, so he's working for me. I want him to do a good job. So if he has an answer to bring down interest rates, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can't really argue with that. Like, that's a win.
You don't need to speculate because we don't know, but.
I mean, politicians say they're gonna do a lot of stuff that never come to fruition. So
it seemed though as though if we went the Democratic way, we definitely wouldn't be lowering interest rates.
I don't know. I can't say that. I can't say that.
You know,
I think that's a. Well, I don't know. I can't say that.
Well, the border would be wide open.
I can't say that.
Well, it was wide open.
I mean, when you say wide open, what do you mean?
Wide open. I mean, I got a guy now who's legal, who's working, who was telling me how people were just coming in. They were getting papers.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting all these things. I thought it was BS, and he was telling me, no, this was actually happening. I was like, well, damn.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that it was happening like that.
That's crazy.
And I don't know. Are you supposed to put some limitations on who comes in the country, who doesn't? Are we supposed to have this a free fall? Like a lot of people that says it's wrong. It's like, well, what will be right? Like, what will be right? And then that way of being right sounds like a free fall.
That's weird.
Where do you draw the line in your words?
I mean, anybody who wants to be here, come here. As long as you grow, you do it properly. I think if you, I mean, look at it in your house, bro. You want somebody you go in your basement, you find out 4 people been sleeping in your basement that you don't even know. Like, you're gonna be upset. Like, you don't belong here. Get out. I'm gonna kick you out.
Yeah. You would say, oh, that house is private property.
You would have to look at it. I mean, if you're gonna remove the emotion from it, I think you would have to look at it the same way. Like, if you didn't ask to be here and you didn't get permission to be here, then you shouldn't be here. You should come and ask permission, and then you can be here all you want. I think that's fair. I don't think you can go into most countries and just take up residence and if they catch you, they're gonna kick you out.
Right.
So I think that's the same thing. They catch you, they're gonna kick you out, and then all you can say is, "Touche, you got me." Like, I don't know no other way to say it. And I think what people have to understand. And again, I could be broad stroking it, but it's already difficult, right? And then you add more strain to the resources, becomes even more difficult. So why do you want more strain on the resources? But where's the balance on that? So hear me out. And again, I don't know enough on it to thoroughly speak on it, but what I grasp is just looking at it, right? So you have people here who's illegal, right? Let's say they're working illegally. They're spending money. Isn't that money being put back into the economy? Like, isn't that good? So if you remove all of those people, that money and that buying power that they contribute goes away. So, I mean, I guess, because I'm like, all right. Do I say, okay, everybody who's here, who I catch, you go back? Because you technically broke the law, right? You're already a criminal by default because you broke the law to come in here. But if I say, all right, I catch you and you haven't committed any crime and you have a job and you haven't gotten public resources, do those people get an exception? Do we allow them to process for staying residents? Or do we just say, no, broad stroke, everybody go? That's the only way to be fair.
I don't know the answer to the question, but I think I would have to, if I was in the room, I would have to see, what are we speculating here? Are we saying that if we get rid of these people, this is how the economy will look going forward? This is what it will look like going forward.
No, I'm not saying the economy is going to crash. I'm just saying
No, what I'm saying is, in order for me to make that decision, I would say, well, us eliminating these individuals here, how is that going to benefit us?
Got you.
And depending on what that answer is, I'll say, whether or not I'll say, okay, well, they are here legally, right? So, well, let's just have them just go back and then do the legal route.
Okay.
And because this is what we're looking at is going to be the final result. I gotta know what the final result's going to be. I think the final result they're saying is a better economy, where interest rates could be lower.
How though? How does getting rid of illegal? Again, I'm all for getting rid of people who don't belong here, but how does those two things contribute? How does getting rid of illegals affect interest rates? How does those two connect? I don't see a connection there.
It depends on like how many, right? You have the numbers in like the millions of numbers for some of the Spanish speaking like immigrants that are here, millions. So if you get rid of them, and then let's say that they have jobs and holding jobs, right? So then now, I guess, and people will say that they're taking jobs that other people don't want. I don't know how it is in other areas, but you take away those individuals. Now you give other people jobs, less strain on the economy, less resources used in the economy. You take it. They come in, they have kids, less strain, less stress on the schools. Different things of that nature. So I don't know. But as I said, I don't know if that's going to equate to everything being better.
Correct.
But at some point, though, with the way that the numbers, when I look at the numbers, with the way that people were coming in, at some point, the United States would just turn into a whole completely different country.
I don't disagree. I mean, again, and again, when you allow it to come in on its own, you can't regulate how many coming in. So those things are important. So I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
All those apartments that they're renting that they're in, they'll become vacant. They'll need other people to be in it. I don't know. I don't know if it's that bad. But,
you know what? Maybe in some areas it is. Maybe some areas it's a lot worse than others. I'm pretty sure, like in I think isn't Texas close to the border over there? Is it Texas?
Yeah, I can see that Texas.
So I'm pretty sure some parts of there are rough.
Right.
They have a huge influx.
Yeah, they show pictures. When you see the pictures, it's like, wow, something people sleeping on the streets and stuff like that. All I'm like, damn, this is crazy. We probably don't even have it look at it as bad up here.
I mean, correct. It can be state by state basis on how bad it is and how some people so I guess if you're in a state that's heavily affected.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, not in a bad way, but where I live, I see way more Spanish speaking people walking up and down the streets than I ever did before. I see more of them walking down the street than I see people that look like me. Not to say that that's an issue, but I'm just saying that I definitely noticed that there's a difference. I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot. And maybe they're a lot younger.
Could it be a difference just because you know how when your reticulars are noticing it now? You buy that red car, now all of a sudden you see everybody with that red car.
Right. I know what you're saying there. Nah. Because they're in like they're like in droves, bro. Like they're walking to school like mom, aunt, uncle, 6 kids walking to school. It looks like, how ducks be walking with their little it's like, damn, I've never seen a train like that of us like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to say like, oh, it should look like that on our end. I don't even think we have that many kids. Like, that's a lot. I'm like, wow. That's how it is. So that's a strain. That itself got to be a strain on the resources in the community.
It's only a strain if they're taking public assistance. If they're working, how is it a strain? If they're working, if they're not taking any public assistance, they're working, they're buying goods, they're paying rent. How is that a strain? If you're on any type of government assistance, yes, you're a strain. But if you're employed and you're renting and you're buying goods, how does that become a strain?
Damn, I should have did. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but if you, this is once again, this is just information I received from somebody else who from Ecuador. So he said that Biden was letting people in, giving them papers, Medicare, and something else he said. I forgot what it was.
But I don't disagree with those. Like those people are a strain on the system.
Well, I think those are individuals that we're talking about. The people that are a strain on the system.
No, we're talking about illegals as a period. We're talking about illegals as a whole. At least I am.
But Biden, with the Biden administration, more of them came in. A whole bunch of them came in. The borders were just open. This is what people are telling me. Like I hear what they're saying, and then I hear people from those countries talking about like, yeah, everybody was able to come in.
We were just walking through the door.
Papers and all of this stuff. And know what they were saying? Here it was. It was almost like a jealousy. So I can put it in perspective for you. The individual I was talking to was legal. Everything legal. Went through trials and tribulations and everything to become legal. Went through everything he had to go through years ago. The people that came in during the Biden administration, got everything all easy.
They don't like that.
They didn't like
They
that.
don't like
yeah.
that. They're like, I had to put in the work to be here,
Yeah.
and they go get the free pass.
Yeah.
Oh hell no,
So,
no.
I don't
Yes,
know.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like, oh no, get all of it. Yes, that's my cousin, but he ain't put in the work. No, he can't come.
Yeah.
He can't come.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But again, like I don't disagree.
How you feel about that?
I don't disagree. Like I don't like for anyone. Like I don't want to make it just about someone who's Mexican or Spanish. Like I don't want to make it about that. It can be someone from a European country who doesn't belong here. It doesn't matter. I don't like the fact that it's hard enough for people who are here to use the resources and take advantage of the programs, than to have someone who doesn't live here come and go to the front of the line to get those resources.
I almost thought, but basically that's basically what they were saying. I almost thought that can't be true.
I think, like, I don't know how much truth it is in that, but if that's the case, like, that's what really pisses people off. So, like, no, you don't. I don't know, and I could be wrong with this, but if you try to go, like, take residence in Canada, they're asking, like, what is your skill set? What are you? You're a doctor, you're a lawyer, like, you're a plumber. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have a job? Why am I giving you citizenship? Like, what are you going to do when you get here? Mm-hmm. So I'm not giving you citizenship. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the type of shit we should be on. Like, you want to come in? I don't have no problem with you coming over here. Come on. What are you going to do? What can you do? Can you contribute? If you can't contribute, I'm sorry, I ain't got a space for you.
The thing is it's
cruel.
If this is going to open up more jobs, if it's going to lower the interest rate, like,
if it's going to do those things, then yeah, it's a plus.
It boosts the economy.
But how? Like, I guess we don't know how until we see what the repercussions are.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure out the how. I don't see the how.
It's not about being smart enough. Nobody is, because this is a give and take thing. There's going to be unintended consequences anyway. It's not about being smart enough. Just being able to extrapolate a little bit on your ideas. You don't got to be that smart.
I'm gonna be a fly. I'm a fly on the wall. I can't wait to see what the unintended consequences are. Again, I'm full support, full go. What you want to do? Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
because it's either two things is going to happen. Either the things that's done is going to succeed and then everyone reap the benefits of that success, or the things that's done fails and then you can be like, told you this shit was going to work.
Oh yeah,
I told you this was going to work.
That's usually Monday morning quarterbacks and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I get that.
So all you can really do is sit back and just like, I hope it works. I hope all these decisions work.
Well, yeah. Let me see what happens. I hope it works because I'm biased, because I want this to work because of this for me. I'm thinking about myself, individual. I'm like, and then what I think a lot of people, they would benefit from it. I want the interest rates to be lower. I want to be more affordable to buy houses, so people can buy houses instead of renting all the time. They could buy a house. That actually even helps me as a landlord. So you could be able to buy a house and things of that nature. That's great. Interest rates 3%. I want that.
That ain't never coming back. That shit ain't never coming back.
Trump said that. I'm like, yo,
bullshit.
3%.
Bull.
That's what he said, bro. That's what he said. 3%.
Hey, yo, I think so. Here's the question. Let's say shit dropped 3% tomorrow. Market is flooded. Shit dropped 3% tomorrow. Wouldn't that drive the house prices up even higher?
Yeah, you would think. You would think so.
I.e. the unintended consequences. So now I'm trying to lower the interest rate so I can help people buy houses.
Well, depends on how low the interest rate go. If it go to 3%,
that's what I'm saying. 3%. Nope. You're alienating everybody. Because now 3%, it's a fucking frenzy to buy properties at 3%. Now you shit at 6%. Now it's at 9%. I want 9% for it. I got 15 buyers over here ready to take it now. I want 9% for it. So I think that the unintended consequences of giving back 3% is you're going to raise the price even more. Like, I don't think that 3% will ever come back. You might get 1.5%, but I think that's the best relief you're going to get.
If it were to come back, you have to do something radical, like I think he's doing, like radical changes, like maybe 3%. Like, as far as I'm concerned. Not concerned, but what I know, the interest rates are this way because there's a person that's in charge of the Fed that says, like, right now the interest rates are fine where they are. And even Trump said the same thing. They're fine where they are. They don't need to move. Maybe because he wants to implement some things and then have it move. But I do believe it's going to move. I think it's going to be 4%. I'm sitting back waiting for like a 4%.
I'm tired of waiting, bro. I'm waiting for 4%, but I don't think 4% coming back, bro.
Yeah, but the reason is that like there's still deals out there. I still find deals that can make sense in cash flow.
But I'm just saying about the percentage dropping.
Everything's a deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
everything's a freaking deal at 4%. 4%, damn. You know exactly what the word's gonna be. Yeah. So
that's why I don't think it'll ever get that low again.